What drew me to Lean Agile Procurement and why does it resonate? Uh, Two things. So first of it, it's serendipity, and I think a lot of my career has been serendipitous. I was in a conversation with Mirko Kleiner in much the same way that I was in a conversation with Rich Hundhausen when I became a PST. And we're talking, it was after we'd both spoken at an event, and he explained what he was doing with the Lean Agile Procurement movement. And I thought, yes, that is a magic ingredient that's missing from many organizations. And if we look at the history of lean and agile and agility, so the Toyota production system, the flow bit, the manufacturing side of lean and agile is very well covered. And you read the Toyota way and it's clear about it. However, when we started doing agile in IT, it was in a bubble. And so your coders and, well, your developers, and I use developers in the inclusive Scrum sense, coders, BAs, QAs, architects, blah, blah, blah. Whilst your people who are building the thing were using agile, no one else in the organization really was. And now there's a huge surge in interest in product and alignment on value stream and the power of the product owner, which is what Ken and Jeff were championing. You know, that person to help with the focus. Now we see the rise of product managers, but they've been around since the 1950s. It's not a new thing. But if we do not establish the correct parameters for our teams to be flexible, to inspect and adapt, particularly with partners, then we're blocked in our adoption and our learning process. So if we write a contract in a very prescriptive but traditional way, what's going to happen is we have to hit milestones. And I've seen this, where you have teams trying to work in an agile way, working with a partner, and the partner says, look, we need these requirements signed off. We need the product backlog sealed. You're like, why? That's counterintuitive. And they're like, well, unless you do that, we cannot invoice. And we've got 1 million, X amount of money sitting, waiting for this signature because it's a payment gateway. So Lean Agile Procurement is a set of techniques and practices to help establish an iterative and incremental approach to partnership where we're looking for a win-win. The other thing that it combats, I've seen so many times, your external partner turns around and says, it's not a bug, it's a change request. When it's clearly a bug, the thing just hasn't been built properly. Or there was a bit of confusion over the product backlog item. The point is that the external partner are incentivized on finding these, because what they do in the procurement process is they offer these ludicrously low bids for a fixed price piece of work and then screw the company on change requests. So £1 million worth of work gets offered for 500K, and then they put a catchphrase in there that each change request is going to be in there for 150, 250K. And so then it becomes like a golden handcuffs where a lot of the understanding, a lot of the communication goes with the other organization. The other habit or behavior I've seen so many times is you're looking for a potential partner and they send their A team to do the pitch. And you get the really good, experienced people. And then you sign the contract and they're around for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then slowly they start evaporating. And what gets subbed in are the people fresh out of uni or, straight out of college. They're not the experienced people that you thought you were engaging with. And then they point to the contract and they go, no, it says you get one of this class, one of that class. And as long as they rate them as that class, they're within contract. Is it ethical? Dubious. Is it business? Yes. Business is business. Now, unless you go into a partnership with your eyes wide open and say, look, we want to create a collaborative partnership. We want to help. We want to grow. Are these the people that are going to be working with us? And you say that and you put their names in there. And you talk about your change management process. You talk about fair payment terms. You talk about iterative and incremental ways of delivery. Otherwise, you end up with an F-35. Now, that is the single biggest overspend in defense history because of poor contracts. You'll end up with the HMS Prince of Wales, the British aircraft carrier. Don't even start me on the design flaws and stupidity of it. Like, why you build an aircraft carrier that's not nuclear powered, I don't know. Why you build it without a catabar to launch all aircraft, I don't know. But why you build it and with a misaligned drive shaft so that it has to return to dry dock within 3 months? It didn't even finish commissioning before they found a major problem. Can they find the partner accountable for it? Oh, well, it's not this, it was them, it was this. And all of that nonsense is sorted out in a Lean Agile Procurement big room session. So if you want to set your organization up for success, if you want to actually engage with partners in a collaborative, positive, win-win way, Lean Agile Procurement is a really positive technique for doing that. What's stopping you running an experiment?